Today we're going to be looking at the water cycle and how water cycles through different forms on the planet. Before we can get into that, we have to understand that water is a type of matter and that a fundamental principle of matter is that it cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. Let's take a look. Biogeochemical cycles. Matter. Everything in the universe that has a form is made of small particles called matter. Matter cannot be created nor destroyed. Everything in the universe is consisted of matter, from the air itself to rocks to other such materials. Matter itself, however, cannot be created or destroyed. It can merely change its form. I'll give you an example, and probably the most exciting of matter changing its form: burning paper. I'm going to take this piece of paper, which is comprised of carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, and some other atoms, to make a nice fibrous material. I'm then going to apply it to this flame. Naturally, the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to burn. This is a chemical reaction that's taking place within the matter, with the fire being a release of energy. Now, many of you would say that the paper is destroyed. The paper itself may be, but the matter that made up the paper is not. It's merely changed its form. For example, gas is coming off of the flame in the form of gas is coming off of the flame, and that gas is carbon dioxide, carbon with two oxygens. Like I said before, the original paper had both carbon and oxygen in it. What's left over is this gray and black stuff called ash or charcoal. Ash. This ash is pure carbon. So we didn't necessarily destroy all of the paper, we merely changed the form that the matter was in. The same thing goes for anything else that you use, whether it's burning gasoline, whether it's cooking your meal, etc., etc. You're not destroying the matter, merely changing the form that the matter is in. All the elements and compounds we use are made of matter: water, carbon, nitrogen, etc. There are 7 major cycles that go throughout science. However, the big 3 are water, carbon, as well as nitrogen. They all change their forms as they're cycled throughout the planet and used in a variety of ways to make sure that organisms can stay alive and healthy. They are cycled through the planet in different forms. An idea is when you get boiling water, that is an example of the water cycle. You have the boiling water, which is down here, water vapor up here. If I was to put my hand over it, condensation would occur, thus returning the form of water from vapor to liquid. This perfectly demonstrates the water cycle. The water cycle. The water cycle goes between the land and sky. It starts in the atmosphere as water vapor. You're familiar with water vapor as clouds. Comes down in condensation as rain. Condensation typically comes down as rain or snow. Stays in rivers, lakes, and the ocean as liquid. Oceans and lakes reserve most of the liquid water on the planet. Goes from liquid water to water vapor through evaporation. Given enough energy, water vapor will rise and go back to the atmosphere. Here's a handy chart for you to follow along with it. Tonight what I want you to think about is how the water cycle varies in different places, and if it's always consistent with the same level of rainfall and evaporation. I look forward to hearing your answers tomorrow. Talk to you later.